Hi everybody, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a good weekend so far. So today is Sunday, 23rd of March 2014, and we are back with a new Arrow Character Spotlight video, and this time we are talking about none other than Oliver Queen's younger sister, Thea Queen. Okay, so quick background regarding the character Thea. She's actually, in some ways, a different version of Mia Dearden, who was Speedy. The character Mia was actually created back in the early 90s, sorry, not back in the early 90s, back in the early 2000s, around about 2001, by Kevin Smith. He was one of the creators of the character rather. So she became the new Speedy sometime shortly after Roy Harper. So what we find out is this version of, well, I say Thea rather, as opposed to Mia herself, is a version of Mia, though Thea herself has not yet become Speedy. Whether or not she will be Speedy at some point later on in the show, we might not even see it happen, because obviously now we've got Roy Harper on the show. But Oliver, if you've watched the show, Oliver does refer to Thea as Speedy, purely because of the fact that when they were younger, whenever she used to get in trouble, she would always run away and Oliver has to chase after her. She was quite fast. So that's the reason why he gave her the nickname Speedy. But what we find out, it wasn't until around, I can't even remember which episode it was, but back in season 1, it was in the episode where she went to trial because she got caught speeding in her new car for her 18th birthday, was using vertigo. We find out that her name actually is Thea Dearden Queen. Now the name Dearden is actually Moira's maiden name, so Moira was known as Dearden before she became Queen. So that's where that little story comes from as well. Interesting little fact as well, interesting fact, it's not a fact, but interesting thing that I found out. If you take Moira's first name, and if you get rid of the O and the R, you're left with Mia. Just saying. That's all I'm going to put there. Okay, I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say. So, what does the future hold for Thea herself? Well, she hasn't really made much of a presence in season 2. We know that her and Roy have seen each other. I believe Roy has now, in a way, well, I don't think he's told her about the Mirakuru that he's got inside of him. She is aware that something's not right about him, and he's been a bit distant as well. So for her, she's trying to work out what's really going on with him. The only person that he has shared that secret with so far is Sin. Obviously, Oliver already knows, Sarah Lance knows, John Dick, the rest of them know. So that's the side of the relationship for Thea. Obviously the biggest revelation occurred earlier this season when Malcolm Merlyn basically revealed the shocking secret that Thea is in fact his daughter, not Robert Queen's as we all thought, and that was revealed during well, I say it was revealed, but it was during Moira's trial, obviously after what happened in the season finale in season 1, that she was acquitted, to everybody's surprise. Moira knew about this dangerous secret and she didn't want Oliver or Thea to know about it, but when we found out from Malcolm the real truth, well, it's really all come out into the air. Oliver now knows through Felicity. Felicity was the one that found out about it and had to tell Oliver, and it was mind-boggling, to the point of where now Oliver and Moira are, not speaking to each other. So Thea is none the wiser. She has no idea that her real dad is Malcolm Merlyn. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens if and when she finds out. So for me though, I'm hoping for an interesting storyline for Thea, probably in season 3, and I would say that should Malcolm Merlyn also return in season 3, I think then that's when she's going to find out the truth about her origin as such. And who knows, maybe she will resent her mother, go to Malcolm and be trained just to become an archer herself. It's possible, it's doable, the seeds are there, they've been planted, it can be done. she could get trained by Merlin, and then decide that she no longer wants to be with him because she finds out the truth about what he's been up to, and you know, or she already knows what Malcolm Merlin is all about. She's aware because she knows that her mum has had dealings with Malcolm in the past. She just doesn't realise just how far they have gone in terms of those dealings. She has an idea that they cheated with each other when her father was still alive, but she just doesn't know the full extent of that. You know, yeah, that encounter as such. So, as I say, I think for season 3 it would be a perfect way to bring her into the foray a bit more, and have a couple, maybe 3 episodes centralised around her, as well as Malcolm, and who knows what could happen. You know, we'll see. So that's basically all I'm going to say about little Thea. So there's a bit of background story and what we hope for what I hope for the future for Thea anyway. So who knows? Maybe she will suit up eventually, possibly before the series itself ends. We never know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you all very much, and I'll be back again next week with another Arrow character spotlight. So thank you all very much for watching, and see you all very soon. Bye.